Welcome to another edition of Garage Reviews from my garage, because I got a lot of comics in here. Now this week, I sat here, and I'll be honest, there's a few different comics. I was debating which one should I review. Should I do this one? And then, I'll be honest with you, I went with one of my personal favorites. So, a little bias here, but it's my garage, so this week, we are going to go to 1983. Now you'll notice this Mylar bag. The bag is even a little bit yellow because it's 1983. But just to make you guys feel a little better, this comic right here doesn't sit out here in a garage because, like I said, this is one of my precious. This is, are you ready? The Amazing Spider-Man 238. In the Shadows of Evil Past. So this is the first appearance, sort of Hobgoblin. Yes, I'm talking about this guy right here. He's so cool. He had a figure from the Secret Wars action figure toy line, even though he wasn't in Secret Wars, the miniseries. So yeah. This issue was written by Roger Stern. So Roger Stern, you could kind of say, is like the father of the Hobgoblin. Not the real father. But speaking of fathers, the art in here was by John Romita Sr. and John Romita Jr. So you really have that classic feel. We start with the first page. We see the shadow, the silhouette of Spider-Man. This was a time when Aunt May, she opened her house. She kind of had like a boarding house for seniors. So she was becoming independent. Now where our story gets started is he's out walking with his aunt and her friend. This car races past, almost hits him. So Spider-Man, of course, he's gonna go after him. There's a high-speed chase. The cops are there. Spider-Man takes the cars out, gets the bad guys, but one guy, he's about to get away. Throws a smoke bomb, goes in a sewer, and Spider-Man's like, "Gee, you. Boy, is it ever rank down here. Times like this, I'm glad I got my powers from a bite of a radioactive spider and not a bloodhound." Spider-Man's like, "I got 3 out of 4 guys. This guy got away. The cops, they'll probably figure out. He's just a small-time crook. Not a big deal." Remember last time Spider-Man let a crook run off? What happened? Bye-bye, Uncle Ben. Although, no one dies here. Sort of. What this dude does, he goes through the sewers and he finds a hidden passageway. What's in this hidden passageway? It's a hidden room. What else is going to be in a hidden passageway? But it's not just a regular room. It is one of the Green Goblins, one of Norman Osborn's secret hideouts. There's all his goblin gear. So he's like, "This is cool." Being that this is just a small-time crook, what's he gonna do with all this stuff? So he tells this mysterious dude that he knows. He's like, "Hey, check out all this stuff," and he's hoping for a little reward. I don't want to give the whole thing away, but he gets a reward. He gets a reward, all right. This guy, he took out a bunch of equipment, got rid of the room, the evidence, makes a new mask. He dyed the suits because he's not just gonna be a Green Goblin clone. And this is an iconic image. You probably have seen this. Yes, here we have the Hobgoblin, the birth of the Hobgoblin. This is just a great issue all around. I mean, it starts off. At the time, if you weren't reading Spider-Man, you could have easily jumped in here because it explains what Aunt May's doing, and Peter explains. There's even a little flashback about Uncle Ben and stuff like that. We see this new villain, the birth of a new villain. There's even a flashback, talking about Norman Osborn. So we see this, and again, you look at that art. It's that classic art because John Romita Sr. was involved with this. So it's just this whole thing is just classic Spider-Man, even though it's 1983. The writing is top notch. We got all the figures here. We got Robbie here interacting with Spider-Man. We've got a little banter going on. And we have Mary Jane. She's with Aunt Anna, and there's mention. Aunt May still wants to try to get her and Peter together, and so lots of cool stuff happening here. But the big thing, this guy, Hobgoblin. And also, there's a bonus feature. Free Lakeside skin tattoos are inside. So you should try to track this down. I almost think I want to find better copy of this because I love this comic so much. So this is a 5 out of 5. I love this comic. I love the Hobgoblin. Yeah, so there you go. So buy this comic. Find this comic. I don't care. You can go to eBay, go to your comic store. You're probably gonna pay something, probably too much. Get a copy of this. It's Hobgoblin is awesome. So that is the review from the garage for this week. Amazing Spider-Man 238, 5 out of 5. Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin's awesome. Get this comic and come back next week for another reviews from the garage.